Hi there, I'm Scott Lowe with Actual Tech Media. I'm here today with Jason Boudreau, who is the Senior Product Marketing Manager for NetBrain. Jason, thanks for having us.
Thank you, Scott.
So tell us about the history of NetBrain.
So NetBrain's been around for a little while now. We were founded in 2004. Our CEO and founder was a network architect at Thomson Financial, now Thomson Reuters. And so he knew the struggle of a network architect, a network engineer, and that was really around the manual functions, around documentation and troubleshooting the networks. Today, 12 years later, we have enhanced that technology platform that our founder created 12 years ago dramatically, and now we sit at the core of the business in helping teams manage their network infrastructure.
I used to work at Thomson Financial.
Oh, I didn't know
as
that.
a systems engineer back in the early 2000s.
You probably shared some space with him.
I may have. I was in Maryland. But so what was the reason he founded this company? Like, what's the value proposition that NetBrain is bringing to the masses?
At the time, he's a CCIE, and the first time he took the CCIE exam, he struggled with it. At first, he thought he'd develop a tool to help engineers with that exam. It's very challenging. But really, when he looked a little bit deeper, he understood that the challenges associated with troubleshooting, he has war stories troubleshooting networks for days on end. And when these networks are mission critical to the business, there has to be a better solution. So it was really founded with the challenges associated with manual network documentation and manual network diagnosis. And he set out to solve that challenge.
And it sounds like he's been doing that. It sounds like it's relatively successful. You've got a lot of customers out there that are running the software.
Yeah, we have over 1,500 large enterprises that we're very excited to call customers. And in fact, the larger the network, the more the challenge on the network management team. And so the more they look to solutions like NetBrain to help them solve those challenges. And we've been growing year over year significantly ever since. So it's been very exciting.
A lot of organizations already have a network monitoring tool. They're going to have some other tool that they've been running for years.
That's right.
Why would they also need to add NetBrain to the mix?
Yeah, it's a good question. So there are network monitoring tools out there, and a lot of them. So they are very good at helping engineers understand if there is a problem, and to help them understand when to react to that problem. But the steps associated with actually diagnosing and troubleshooting that problem in real time, responsively and reactively, are very manual. That means that engineers are logging into the command line interface. It's one device or an interface at a time. And they're still very much focusing on manual documentation, manual troubleshooting through the command line interface. So NetBrain brings a dynamic network map as an automation platform, which engineers can automate through as a sort of a looking glass to the network. And so without having to rely on the command line interface, they can rely on NetBrain's what we call executable runbooks to automate various network diagnoses, analytics, and troubleshooting tasks.
Can you give us sort of an overview of how the automation capabilities work in the product?
Yeah, absolutely. So NetBrain, first and foremost, like a lot of network management tools, needs to discover and understand the network. So we have a very comprehensive neighbor walking, we call it, discovery algorithm. So NetBrain, as an adaptive network automation platform, really leverages what we call a dynamic network map as the interface for that automation platform. So we leverage a slew of technologies, first to discover the network. NetBrain needs to understand the network's underlying topology, design, and so like a lot of network management tools, we have a comprehensive discovery. We call it a neighbor walking discovery algorithm. So that discovery through logging into every device and collecting a lot of information can actually build what we call a dynamic network model, which means it's sort of the brain of the network. So NetBrain leverages this model in order to create these maps on demand. So you can map out any particular site, you can map out the flow of a critical application, and so every task in NetBrain starts with a dynamic map. That map then becomes the interface through which engineers can perform automation functions on their network. So, for example, if they're troubleshooting a slow application, they can map an application path. They can launch what we call an executable runbook to diagnose performance characteristics along that path to understand if there's performance bottlenecks, if there's interface error dropping, if there's a configuration issue along that path that can all be automated through what we call an executable runbook.
Very cool. Now, if I want to try NetBrain, how do I do that?
So we have a free trial on the website, www.netbraintech.com, and then you can check out our free trial online. It's a 14-day trial. You connect to, there's two ways. You can connect to our lab networks, it's very quick and easy, start kicking the tires, or you can request more of a proof of concept, and one of our sales engineers will help you get that thing up and running.
Jason, thank you very much.
Thanks again, Scott.